Welcome to Gay Fairfax, a monthly entertainment magazine sharing news, views, and pride. I'm Michelle Michaels.
And I'm Barry Forbes. Each month we'll feature personalities and events of interest to the gay women and men in Fairfax County. On this edition, we'll visit the Fairfax County Human Rights Commission and talk with Executive Director Fred Allen.
Then we'll do-si-do with Lambda Squares, a local gay square dancing group. We'll also check out some holiday activities in the gay community. All that and more on this edition of Gay Fairfax.
But first, the Fairfax County Human Rights Commission investigates charges of discrimination against racial, ethnic, religious, and other minority groups. Now, currently, gay women and men are not protected by the ordinance, but people with HIV or AIDS are protected against discrimination. So I went down to speak with the Executive Director of the Human Rights Commission, Fred Allen, to find out what it takes to file a complaint. On Chainbridge Road in Fairfax City is the Equity Building. It's an appropriate name because it houses the Fairfax County Human Rights Commission. Today we'll be talking with the Executive Director of the Human Rights Commission, Fred Allen. Fred, could you tell me what your title is and what you do at the Human Rights Commission?
Sure. I'm the Executive Director of the Fairfax County Human Rights Commission. Basically, my responsibility is to administer the anti-discrimination laws that were passed by Fairfax County back in 1974, better known as the Human Rights Ordinance. The Human Rights Ordinance basically prohibits discrimination based on the person's race, religion, sex, national origin, marital status, or disability. If on one of those bases you feel that you've been discriminated in housing, employment, credit facilities, public accommodations, or county services, you would come to my office. We would conduct an investigation to determine if, in fact, a violation of the ordinance has occurred.
Right.
The commission is comprised of 12 citizens of Fairfax County who are appointed by the Board of Supervisors as a policy-making entity for my office. They hear appeals, they hear public hearings, and they set general policy for our operation.
And that's you and your staff will actually implement that
That's
policy.
correct. We conduct the investigations and make the initial determinations of any violations of the ordinance.
Well, what kind of enforcement do you have control over? How do you make sure that something actually happens that was determined by the commission?
Well, the enforcement portion of it comes usually after the investigation has pretty much been completed. If, in fact, we determine that there has been a violation of the ordinance and we have not been successful in resolving amicably the complaint, the county can then take the company or the respondent to court for enforcement of the ordinance.
Do you find that most of your cases are ended amicably, or do you have recourse to any kind of
I'd say 95% of the cases where we have determined that there has been a violation are eventually resolved amicably.
Well, that's a good record for you.
Yeah.
Not to worry about the
Very few of our cases have to go to court. Very seldom do we have to ask the county attorney to go into court to obtain a subpoena for the production of records and documents. The majority of our cases are in the employment arena. The majority are either failure to hire or terminations. The large number of cases are race, with sex discrimination being a close second. Last year, we investigated some 300 cases.
What categories are protected under the Human Rights Code?
Race, religion, sex, national origin, marital status, and disability are all covered.
Okay. And I understand that people with AIDS are covered under the disability portion?
That is correct. Either the having AIDS or being perceived to having AIDS is covered.
And also people who test positive for the AIDS virus is also protected on disability.
That's correct.
Portion of the Human Rights Code.
That's correct.
Okay. How many actual filings have you had for people with AIDS?
Not many. We've only had perhaps 5 or 6 cases in the past year or so where either the individual actually had AIDS or was HIV infected, or was perceived to be.
What happens if you get a case from someone who says, I was fired from my job because I was gay?
If in fact the individual was terminated because he or she was gay, that in itself would not be covered by the ordinance. However, if in fact that person was perceived as gay and perhaps felt by the employer that that person had AIDS or had the potential of AIDS, then that person is perceived to have that disability and then would be covered by the ordinance.
That's good. But if a person was just fired because they were gay, does that person have any recourse whatsoever?
Not in the state of Virginia now. In order to have sexual preference covered under the ordinance, it would entail having legislative authority, to enact that.
From both the county and the state?
That's right. It would have to start with the state. The state has to give the county permission to enact or to amend the Human Rights Ordinance to include sexual preference.
And then the county has to therefore do that.
Exactly.
Has there been any changes in the last 10 years that has gone that route?
There have been at least one change, and the disability provisions, the only substantive issue that has been put into the ordinance in the past 5 years.
Okay.
The easiest way to file is just to stop by the office. We certainly prefer you to call and to make an appointment. We have an intake person here in the office who will interview the individual, determine whether or not their complaint is jurisdictional, whether it meets all of the requisites necessary to file a complaint.
What do you mean by determining whether it's jurisdictional?
Well, the occurrence would have to take place in Fairfax County within our police jurisdiction in order for us to handle the case.
And then they go through filing some sort of forms or papers or forms?
The intake individual will basically sit down and interview the individual and determine what happened, to gather all the facts. Subsequent to that, they will take that and reduce it and put it on a complaint form, which is then signed by the complaining party. The staff here at the commission takes care of the technical language and to make sure that the things that are being complained of are put into proper perspective, so that proper notice can be given to the company. We will conduct an investigation. We will interview witnesses. We will review company documents, whatever it takes to determine what in fact happened to this individual.
A lot of activists at the national level have helped pass a Hate Crime Statistics Act. How is that translated to the local level of Fairfax County, and how?
We've been monitoring through the police department, through the schools, and through some of the social agencies, all reports of hate and violent activity. The numbers have been not a lot, not great, but we've been doing that for the past 3 or 4 years. We conduct investigations based on hate violent activity. They can contact the police department. The police department will also conduct investigations based on that kind of activity. The police department shares with us their reports, and we have a good relationship, good working relationships, and maintaining those reporting mechanisms.
Currently, the gay men and women of Fairfax County are not protected against discrimination in the areas of employment, housing, and public accommodation. But as we've just heard, progress is possible. For Gay Fairfax, I'm Barry Forbes. Now, if you believe that you have been a victim of discrimination based on your sexual orientation, it is still important that you report the incident. Although the Commission cannot take action on such a case, they do maintain confidential records of all reported incidents of discrimination. So please contact the Fairfax County Human Rights Commission at 4085 Chain Bridge Road, Equity Building, Suite 300, Fairfax, Virginia, 22030, or call them at area code 703-246-2953.
Now here's our Gay Fairfax trivia quiz. Can you name the woman who joined the United States Continental Army disguised as Robert Sherlock and then went on to become a Revolutionary War hero? Stay tuned, and we'll give you the answer at the end of the show.
If you enjoy watching Gay Fairfax, why not join us on the production team?
Next month, we'll start weekly programming, so we'll need even more people to help us research, write, and produce segments, and work with us here in the studio.
Or write to us at Gay Fairfax in care of FLGCA, Post Office Box 2322, Springfield, Virginia 22152, or call us at area code 703-451-9528.
Tired of disco dancing? Many gay men and women are. That's why Lambda Squares was started. Gay Fairfax caught up with a group of advanced level dancers who gave us the lowdown on the hoedown.
Let Taliban and weave a ring. Play some back home, come on music. Swing here, lady, promenade. And we'll float on down the river to a Cajun hideaway. Here's where those
Hi, the DC Lambda Squares is a square dance club for gay and lesbian people, although we do have straight people who will come and dance with us too. We are the only square dance club in Washington, D.C., although there are 150 square dance clubs in the greater metropolitan area. The club was formed in 1982 when a gay man attended the gay rodeo in Reno and saw some square dancers. This person came back to Washington, started a square dance club. We did contra dancing at first because no one knew the modern Western square dancing style, which we do now.
Square dancing, even though you can go that high, is not to be considered a sport that you need to do. Anyone that can walk can square dance. It's much easier than partner dancing because in most cases you're dancing with yourself. You're attached to a partner, but the moves most of them are individual, so that it's much easier to dance, I find, square dancing than it is trying to learn ballroom dancing.
You do not need a partner. We have many people who come here as singles, and they will dance with whoever is available. In other words, the square dance is called a group forms. A square forms of 8 people. You do not have to have Western clothes. In the summertime, you'll see many of us dancing in tank tops and shorts and sneakers. And ordinarily, people have their favorite roles to dance. They may either want to dance the male role or they may want to dance the female role, and we mix and switch and change about as we, just for the fun of it sometimes. However, if a person has a favorite role they like to dance, then they can simply square up in that particular position and dance then.
Well, now the side square through in the middle, it's 4 hands and go. Well, I mean that corner, lady, those side do. Touch 1/4, follow your neighbor and spread. Swing through, boy, we'll trade.
The difference, I think, that I see mostly between straight square dancing and gay square dancing is that it's a little more difficult to tell who boys and girls are. And originally square dancing was set up for male and female partners, so that it's hard for callers and for dancers sometimes when calls involve boys run, girls run, calling moves. So we've instituted, one of the ways that our club handles it is with bandanas. A bandana goes around the neck when a boy is dancing. And when a girl dances, she puts a bandana in her pocket. And that's a way for callers and for people, the rest of us dancing, to know who's who.
Music. All right. Good job.
The DC Lambda Squares performs a Gay Pride Day in June near Rock Creek Park. We dance in the parade. We also dance on the stage during the afternoon's activities. In addition to that, we will give demonstration dances.
Well, 4 ladies promenade to go once inside. Back home, swing your band, swing 'em round and round. You join hands, circle left and then do Alameda left with the corner, weave the ring.
I joined the Lambda Squares back in '82, in the very second week that I'd ever met. And I found it to be a wonderful experience for my life. It's a great deal of fun. And very importantly to me, I've developed a lot of friendships there.
You didn't see any women dancing with us tonight, and that's unfortunate because there are women in the club. Not enough by my estimate. We have about a third women to men, about a third of our people are women. And we're actively recruiting women. We would like to find more women. We're not an exclusively male-oriented club. In fact, we encourage people to not dance or take traditional parts. Many of our women dance either role, boy or girl, and so do the boys. It makes for more interesting dancing because the roles are slightly different and it keeps the dancing challenging.
It might be of interest to the audience to know that there are over 40 clubs, 40 gay clubs in the United States and in Canada. Every year they have a convention in which about 800 gay and lesbian people gather at some designated spot. Last year it was in Vancouver. The year before that was in New York City. And this coming summer it will be held in Miami.
Swing a little lady there and promenade or two. I thought of everything from A to Z. Oh, lonesome me.
So I came from Baltimore, and I can dance here, or I can go to Philadelphia, New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, all over the country, and do this dancing. And it's just, it's wonderful. It's an opportunity to meet people from all over the country and share a real sense of community with them as well, a sense of warmth. We're sort of like extended family.
We meet at the Christ United Methodist Church, which is at 4th and I Street Southwest. We actually have 2 different meeting nights. We also have an occasional social dance on a Sunday afternoon, or in conjunction with the Baltimore Club, we have a social on a Saturday night. These are usually held about once every 2 months or so.
I really enjoy coming down to the DC Lambda Squares. They're a really fun group, very exuberant. They put a lot into it. They really enjoy themselves.
There must be some way I can lose these lonesome blues. Swing a little lady there and promenade or two.
It's also, there's a long history of square dancing in the United States, so you find it everywhere.
Sing and swing. Oh, lonesome me. Do it once more. Oh, lonesome me. All right. Good job. Beautiful. Thank you, everybody. Take a short rest.
So it provides me with a lot of things that are real good for me. Family, friends, and a lot of fun.
It's very, very spirited and loving, and great food. We always have great food.
For more information concerning dance classes offered by the Lambda Squares, as well as their schedule of socials, call Larry at 983-8935.
Many famous gays and bisexuals have a birthday in December. So we'd like to wish a very gay birthday to writer Willa Cather, poet Emily Dickinson, actor Dan Daly, playwright Noel Coward, and Tsar Alexander I of Russia.
Why are you proud to be gay? We asked that question of a number of people last summer, and here are a few of their responses.
gay with some friends of mine. I work in an accounting firm in Rockville, and I just think it's great to be out here and to be who I truly want to be, and I'm glad that we're able to do this.
Hi, my name's Tim Conklin, and I'm proud to be gay because of the new relationship that I have with my parents and my friends and my family. It's been just a wonderful experience.
I'm very proud to be gay because I'm proud to be myself, and that includes being gay.
I'm proud to be gay because I am what I am.
I'm very proud to be gay.
So I'm proud to be gay.
I'm proud to be gay.
And I'm proud to be gay because I was born that way.
I am proud to be gay because I love the freedom of expression, and I love the freedom to be me.
We're gay and we're proud of it.
We're proud that we can have such diversity that we have in society.
Proud to be gay just because that's the way it is. You're born what you are.
That's been a real amazing and fantastic experience for me.
I'm proud to be gay simply because I don't know any other way. It's just me.
My name is Steve, and I'm proud to be gay.
I'm Bernard Mays. I'm a professor at the University of Virginia. I'm proud to be gay.
The reason why I'm so proud to be gay is because it's who I am.
And we're here to celebrate that.
It just feels wonderful now.
These are my friends. This is Kathy and Liz and Andrea. They're all pretty proud, too.
There's benefits coming from all over.
Social aspect is absolutely fantastic.
I've never been prouder to be a member of the gay community.
And we need to look to the future.
Many local gay organizations are marking the holidays with special celebrations. Here are a few you might want to check out. Well, that's all for this edition of Gay Fairfax. Tune in next time when we'll speak with Lucy Lee Reed of the Northern Virginia AIDS Ministry. And we'll meet the members of Different Drummers, a gay and lesbian community band.
We'll close our show with an encore performance by Lambda Squares. For Gay Fairfax, I'm Michelle Michaels.
And I'm Barry Forbes. And remember to keep the pride alive.
Come back and swing, promenade that line. Could be the best at being blue. I'm getting good at missing you. Those heads square through four. Swing through. Boys run to the right. You tag in the line, go all the way through. Face right, go wheel and deal the faces to turn through. Left alley man. Come back and swing, you promenade that line. Could be the best at being blue. I'm getting good at missing you. Oh, ladies, chain across that ring. You roll away, circle and I sing. Oh, ladies, roll away. You circle to the left alley, mind the corner. You weave the ring. I'm getting good at taking off. You swing your lady promenader too, and could be the best at being blue. I'm getting good at missing you. Those sides promenade halfway, heads in the middle, do a dos on do. make your wave. Careful now, spin the top heads. Turn through to the corner, do a do-sa-do. Make an ocean wave, we'll swing through. You boxing and hold on, you square 2, 3. Swing the corner promenade, could be the best at being blue. I'm getting good at missing you. You have to listen real close. Let's try it again. Sides promenade halfway, heads in the middle, do a do-sa-do and make your wave. Spin your top, ends move up. You turn through to the corner, do-sa-do. We'll swing through, boxing and hold on, square through. 3/4 swing the corner promenade, could be the best at being blue. I'm getting good at missing you. Oh, ladies, chain across that ring. You roll away, circle left, I sing. Oh, ladies, roll away, circle to the left. Left that man, that corner,